Earlier we said that a change in price will change my quantity demanded. And what this means is that it is a movement on my existing demand curve. In other words, if the price changes in the marketplace, if the price goes from $2 to $3, my quantity demanded will change, will decrease from 4 units to 3 units. This is what we call a change in quantity demanded. It is a movement along my existing demand curve. But my demand curve does not change when there's a change in price. The only thing that changes, or the only thing that moves, if you want to think of it that way, is the points on the curve. If the price is $5 and all of a sudden it drops to $4, my quantity demanded will increase from 1 unit up to 2 units. This is considered to be the same thing, a change in quantity demanded caused by a change in price. So therefore, the only thing that price changes is it changes my quantity demanded, which is a movement along my existing demand curve. The demand curve does not move. The same thing with supply. A change in price will change my quantity supplied, which is equal to a movement along my supply curve. In other words, if people are willing to pay more for my goods, all of a sudden they were paying $2 for my good, I was producing 2 units or bringing 2 units to market, now they're going to pay me $3 for this good. This represents a change in quantity supplied from point A to point B. The only thing that has changed is a point on the curve. The curve has not moved. The curve has not moved. The only thing that has moved is the points, and we call this a change in quantity supplied, which is caused by price, or we call this a change in quantity demanded, which is caused by price. But that doesn't mean that our demand curve or our supply curve doesn't change or doesn't move. In fact, it does move. But if these points are caused because of a change in price, then something other than price will have to actually move my demand curve or move my supply curve. And these are what we call non-price determinants that will change my demand or my supply. In this class, we will move one curve only. It's very important that you understand that. We will only move one curve. We will not move both curves. These determinants are: a change in technology will not affect my demand curve, will affect my supply curve. An increase in globalization, where we're trading with Japan, with China, with Taiwan, it will affect my demand. The demand for cement, China right now is going through a huge building boom, and the demand for cement has gone up worldwide because of that. But also, a lot of our furniture is imported from China, so therefore globalization affects both supply and demand. A change in financial markets. Well, if you as a buyer want to go out and buy a car and the interest rates go up, that might stop you. Or if the interest rates go down, that might encourage you to buy it. Well, the same thing with our financial markets here. If a business wants to buy a new piece of equipment and the interest rates all of a sudden go up, that might stop them. So it affects both supply and demand. A change in government. For those of you, some of you might have children, little children that have to use car seats. In order for you to transport your child in the car, you need a car seat. So therefore, the demand for, because it's a government regulation, the demand for car seats will go up. It will affect supply in the sense that what will happen is if you are a lumber company and you go out and cut down trees and the government comes down, Jack Markell, our governor, comes to you and says, look, you're cutting down too many trees, you're ruining our wildlife, and therefore you were cutting down 100 trees a day, Right now, you can only cut down 10 trees a day. So the government will, in fact, change my demand or my supply. Change in raw materials, that would be the resources that a business uses, which we'll talk about in a minute. Change in tastes and changes in income are demand only, and we're going to talk about those in the next segment. So again, if you have any questions, put them on discussion board. More than happy to talk to you about them, and I'll respond to your email, and I'll also put it on discussion board. Thank you very much. Have a good day.